Welcome to Islamic Advantages. Today is day 3 of the Book of Iman Series. Let's jump into the third hadith. It was narrated by Anas, may Allah be pleased with him, that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "None of you will have faith till he loves me more than his father, his children, and all mankind." This is a beautiful, very beautiful hadith, and it really does also take you aback when you think about it, or when you first hear it, because you don't expect that. It's natural for us to love our parents, our children, our wives, right? What would it mean for us to love the Prophet more than we love our own mother, for example? And why would we love the Prophet, peace be upon him, more than we love our own parents who helped create us and take care of us? Well, that must mean that the Prophet, peace be upon him, is more beneficial for us, more important for us, sacrificed more for us, loved us more than our mother. And that is a hard thing to grasp and think about. We need to expand our understanding, our knowledge of the Prophet, peace be upon him, his seerah, all the sacrifices that he did in his life in order to deliver us this message from Allah Azza wa Jal. So it's not something that we can just have naturally, just like we love our parents naturally. It is something that we need to struggle towards and to attain. But what does it mean then if we love the Prophet, peace upon him, more than we love ourselves? It means that we realize several things. We realize that, for example, the Prophet, peace be upon him, is more important for us than our own parents when we look at our understanding of what's going to happen on the Day of Judgment. So we understand that on that day, our own parents and we ourselves will be running away from our own children. Our parents will be running away from us. We'll be running away from our friends who are asking for our help. We'll be running away. Everybody will just be worried about themselves on that day. Everybody will be worried, am I going to make it into heaven or am I ending up in hell? Everybody's going to be scared for themselves on that day. So on that day, who is going to be looking out for us? Well, the Prophet, peace be upon him, will. When the people go to him on that day and ask him to intercede on their behalf so that Allah would start judgment, he will be the only one to accept that challenge. And none of the other prophets, as great as they are, will take on that challenge. So this shows the level of care. The Prophet, peace be upon him, on that day will be saying, "Ummati, ummati," my nation, my nation. Everybody else will be saying, "Nafsi, nafsi," myself, myself. What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to me? So the Prophet, peace be upon him, is the only one to attain that level of care for other people that you don't see in anybody else, or at least to that level. And if somebody loves you that much, if somebody cares about you that much, if somebody is that important to you, if you look at your life in perspective, you'll see that that day is 50,000 years long. How long is your life? Well, if you make it to 100, that'd be amazing. What's 100 years compared to 50,000 years? In this life, if we're just looking at the life that we're living today, 100 years, the most important people on earth would be your parents, and maybe after them your children and your wife. But these 100 years will mean nothing in the afterlife compared to 50,000 years. There'll be nothing. That's the reality. And so when we realize that, when we have that realization that the Prophet in this life lived his life as a prophet to deliver us this amazing message that can help us get to heaven. And he sacrificed so much for us. He lost family, he lost children, and he was hurt deeply. He was attacked by his people. He lived a very rough life after accepting the call. So somebody that lived such an altruistic life, expecting nothing in return from you, versus your parents, when they have you, do they expect nothing from you? Zero? No, they expect still something. They expect you to love them back, to respect them, to help them out. They also naturally get rewarded by having children. It's a natural thing where, as parents, we enjoy having kids. We enjoy seeing our kids grow. It makes us proud. It gives us a legacy. See all these things? Well, the Prophet, peace be upon him, is getting none of that with you. But he will still look out for you on the Day of Judgment. And not just you, but all of mankind. And so, someone like that, is it not natural for us, if we understand his status, if we understand his character and how beautiful it is it not natural for us to love him more than we love ourselves, to love him more than we love our parents, to love him more than we love our kids? It's only natural to love somebody that will only bring you benefit by loving them more than you love yourself. May Allah allow us to attain that level of love for the Prophet, peace be upon him. Take care, guys.